Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today to share with you this layout created with the May Cherry Box. It is a subscription box, but if there are some available, you can get one-offs. And so I have the May box, and you have until the 25th of this month to subscribe for the box. This box is mostly made up of product from Memory Place. So Memory Place is a Japanese manufacturer, and they are new to me, and I was inspired to play with some of this new to me product. It is very soft and whimsical, which is very different from what I am accustomed to. So I thought that to add a little bit more challenge and to add, not challenge, color, and to add a little bit more whimsy to the layout, I have this digital cut file. It does not come with the box. This is something that I cut on my own with my silhouette, and I cut it in watercolor paper, and I am using the watercolors. These are pearlescent watercolors that come, there are 21 colors that come in the box, and I'm using the colors, I'm trying to activate colors that are contained within this piece of pattern paper. I am painting directly onto the watercolor paper on top of the paper that I'm going to use as the background. So I'm using the different greens, the yellow, the peach, and trying to get as much of a red in as I can, but there really isn't a lot of red in this. And so I thought that maybe I would mix some purple and make my own red, but I decided I'm going to get by using just the red that's in the layout and a shot of red somewhere else, that I can maybe just perk up the reds that are contained within the layout itself. So literally just going through and just brushing on color. There's really no strategy to what it is that I'm doing other than maybe trying to get those more reddy brown hints scattered where there isn't already red on the background paper that is sitting behind, so that newsprint that is back there. I have a square photo, as you can see. That photo is of Quinta de Regalia. That is in Portugal, in Sintra. So I was there a couple of weeks ago, and it's this really cool castle cum garden, for lack of a better word. And so that is what the photo is. And I just thought that the whimsy and the garden went really well with what this place represents. So with the collection, with the box, you're going to get the 12 by 12 collection as well as some origami paper, and that's what I've just put down. I cut the size square, origami square, down to an even smaller square that fit within the opening of this digital cut file. And so I adhered that down. So it's a much thinner paper than the pattern paper. I love the weight of the pattern paper. It's absolutely perfect. It's a thicker paper, which is really nice, but not too thick, because you'll see as I fussy cut a little bit later, it is easy to fussy cut. Some papers, if they're too thick, don't fussy cut very well. So also with the kit this month, you are going to get the ephemera pack as well as these paper blossoms. Those are from Kaiser Craft. So in order to incorporate, again, I need a little bit more color. I am a contrast person. I like the balance of darks and lights. I don't like all light, whimsy. I don't mind whimsy. I don't like all light. I like the contrast of dark and light. And I also like color. So these blossoms are a way of getting a little bit more pink into the page and trying to get a little bit more color. Again, I thought of hitting them with a shot of red, but I didn't. I was worried I was going to ruin them. So I left them as they are. So I then looked at these tags thinking that it would be fun to incorporate a tag down into the bottom of the page, but I really only needed a half of a tag, and so that is what I go with instead. You also get the pack of journal cards. So these are the journal cards, and I am going to use one of those that is going to house either my title or my journaling. I'm not sure at this point. More than likely, I know it's going to house my journaling because writing on top of the newsprint was going to be difficult. And that way I could just put my title directly down onto the page. So I've chosen that sort of greeny, bluey background as the card that will house my journaling. And now I'm going through the ephemera pack to find little pieces that are going to add shots of color, and or I've already got a lot of texture because I didn't fully adhere the digital die cut down, and that was done intentionally. But I want to add a little bit of the darker green and the darker colors in order to incorporate a little bit more of that into this scene that I'm creating here. So there are plenty of pieces, but I wanted these darker pieces. So as you can see, I'm fussy cutting it into the paper, fussy cutting into the paper here today. And it's easy to cut. It cuts like butter in many ways because it's a nice weight to it. Remember, when you're fussy cutting, to open and close the scissors and move the paper, not move the scissors along the paper. So I'm going to cut a few of these different floral pieces. Again, I'm choosing the pieces that are either slightly larger than the ones that are available in the ephemera pack, and or have the darker green in them for that color to provide just a hint of contrast to the page there. So interspersing those and trying to do so symmetrically with balance around the square of the page here. And I will off camera actually add, I believe, 1 or 2 more of these. As I photograph this, you'll see that I did not take out all of the innards of the digital cut file, so there are bits and pieces of leaf that are still there. And I did that intentionally, again, for weight, to add a little bit more weight to the layout. And most of them have actually stayed in there, believe it or not. So I will also off camera add the title. So I have a rose gold puffy sticker alpha from Pink Fresh Studio. Those are from my stash from ages and ages ago. Those are not part of the box. That is a piece of stash from Simple Stories. You will see me use that a lot because that was a paper pack that I got. But I love the way that red, it's that same sort of orangey red that works perfectly to pop that card. See how adding that red backing just gave it a little bit more wow factor. So I have the flowers that are at the bottom, and there are more flowers, and I want to create a little bit of balance along the diagonal from the top left down to the bottom right. And so I added those other 3 flowers. The other thing that I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to add a dark green Ellie Studio label that I had in my stash, as well as the lantern ephemera piece that you see sitting on my desk on the left-hand side there. Again, just to add a little bit more whimsy. And I like the way that the dark green label just ties in the dark green that's on that right-hand side of the page that is already there. That is going to wrap up my first creation with the cherry box and my first play with Memory Place. So if you have any questions about the subscription, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you were inspired to step out of your comfort zone too and try something new. Thanks for stopping in today. Come back again soon. Take care.